Hello everyone, Chuck Eckberg with the Guardians Real Estate Group at RE/MAX Results. I'm here at a very special listing of mine at 2989 Itasca Avenue South in St. Mary's Point, Minnesota. You know, I'm certainly not the star of the show, nor really is the house, but if we spin 180 degrees, you can really see what we're here for. We're set upon the shore of the St. Croix River. This section of river, south of Taylor's Falls, Stillwater, Minnesota, and Hudson, Wisconsin, and immediately north of Afton, Minnesota, was designated as the Lower St. Croix National Scenic Riverway through an act of Congress in 1972. For millennia, the St. Croix has been recognized as one of the most scenic in all of North America. The site of this home has a very, very special location. First of all, it's at the very end of Itasca Avenue South, on a cul-de-sac, on 0.65 acres with 120 feet of shoreline in the St. Croix River. You know, I'm sitting here on a beautiful day on the dock, which is also included in this offering. And the location is additionally special because the river turns at this point. We have a nice long view up to the north, but a very special view to the south. When the river turns, the house and the land is exposed to a long, probably 2-mile view to the south. Just fantastic. To the immediate south is Afton Marina and Yacht Club. They also own a parcel immediately adjacent to the south, this long spit or sandbar that serves really as a wave break. In conversations over time with Afton Yacht Club officials, they have no plans to develop this parcel. It's too shallow, it's not buildable. So it's kind of an extra to this property that, while we can't promise it will remain unencumbered and undisturbed, chances are very good that it will just stay natural like it is. The home site is immediately north of the city of Afton, and destinations north to Hudson or Stillwater or south to the confluence of the St. Croix and the majestic Mississippi River in Hastings and Prescott are just miles away. Inside, I'm on the main floor of this bi-level split. The home is about 2,500 square feet and was built from the original creation of a cabin. Big vaulted spaces, a floor-to-ceiling fireplace, and a generous amount of oversized windows bring the outside in, making the space feel larger than it already is. This upper level consists of this great room, 2 bedrooms, and a full bath, and a finished area for storage over the garage. You know, I found this curious and amusing. I have to give credit to the deep shag carpet makers back in the 60s and 70s. This stuff is still really nice, almost ashamed to get rid of it, but of course you can see that the carpet has faded quite dramatically. This is where the couches had stood for decades. Views from the deck, and the deck is the entire length of the house, are just spectacular. Because of the positioning of the house on the land jutting out, views are probably about 120 degrees from left all the way to the right. In the lower walkout level, there is another large living area, a dinette, kitchen, another second bath, laundry room, and steps up to a 22 by 24 foot oversized 2-car garage. As you may have gathered, this is part of an estate situation. The kids tell me that this patio is perhaps their favorite place to spend time in. Countless hours are spent watching boats navigate the river, and of course, watching wildlife do their thing. You know, we've been inside the home, and back in its day, it was quite something. But obviously, at least some pretty extensive remodeling is the order of the day. But the question is, can you build new here? Many people have, and that also could be a likely outcome for this property. To build new, it's important to know there are setback rules from the usual high water mark, a height restriction of 35 feet, and you must work closely with city and county officials and the DNR to respect and work within the natural cover maintenance rules that exist. As you drive down the street, you'll see ample evidence of the construction of some remarkable homes, and you could achieve this here as well. We have resources courtesy of St. Mary's Point to help you explore this option. Of course, many homes here are of the estate variety, though many are of a more humble origin. Whether building new or not, the sellers will help you get started by, of course, including the dock, as I mentioned, and escrowing monies for a new septic system. Frankly, and even obviously, the type of grandeur of the homes or not that rule the day here isn't the driving force. It's the incredible beauty and deep connection with nature as to why you should seriously consider this rarest of opportunities. Living here, our natural world, and all of the activities associated with life on the river, swimming, boating, fishing, water skiing, or just river gazing, as mesmerizing as it is what drives the intense interest for a special place like this. You know, I think we've seen and learned quite confidently that this is a once-in-a-generation opportunity for any prospective buyer. You know, I tell my lake and river buyers that God and man, we're not making any more shoreline. This is a very rare opportunity. And in polling, in real estate polling, the number one attribute that people seek in a home is being on water. And here we are in one of the most fantastic scenic places in North America. You know, I'd love to show this home to you. We're going to be listing it mid to late June 2026. Please contact me for your own private showing, or contact an agent that you know and trust for your own private showing. Thank you so much for watching.